Hello there, and welcome to Get Your Second Wind, which is a show to help you manage your emotions and your mental health better, your emotional health better, so that you can become all that God has created you to be. I'm your host, Dacia Moore. I'm a licensed professional counselor, life coach, educator, grandmother, sweetheart, all the things. And I am here to share. My heart is to share with everybody that I can the strategies, the tools, and just the things that you can do to become emotionally healthy and mentally healthy. I have taken this journey for about the last 20 years. I have learned a lot of things. I have wisdom that I want to share with you. Now, this is not a counseling show. This is an educational program. So, the strategies and tips that I'm going to share with you do have its basis in psychological principles. But if you are in crisis or you are struggling, you have thoughts of suicide, call the Suicide Prevention Hotline at 988. If you are having a mental health crisis, call 911. Be sure to get some help. That's what this show is about, is getting the help that you need where you are so that you don't stay where you are. You don't stay stuck. This is my newest book, From Stuck to Unstoppable, and it is still getting some, I'm doing some things to edit it, so it's not for sale yet. It will be for sale very soon. 5 strategies for getting your second wind. So second wind is a term in the marathon running arena where a runner is running a race, gets exhausted, but if he or she just keeps running, she will get her second wind and finish the race. And that is my heart for you, is that you will finish your race successfully, and not just finish it successfully, but finish it in a way that you feel you have been your best self, you have done your best work, you have given it your A game 80% of the time, 85% of the time. That's my marker. If I give my A game 85% of the time in school, 85% is above average. And if I give my effort that much, then I will be pleased with what I put into the world. I'm getting older. I know that one day I will not be here. This video will outlast me, most likely, and that's okay. That's how it is. But while I'm here, I want to do everything that I can to proclaim the message that you can be mentally and emotionally wholehearted. It is possible. And so I am here to help share what I know to help you. This is unedited. It's not all fancy schmancy like some of those other videos. That's okay. You are getting me and you're getting my heart. And I'm happy to be helping you with this. All right. I want to start with a quote by Anne Rand. I think you'll like this. Do not allow your fire to go out. Spark by irreplaceable spark in the hopeless swamps of the not quite, the not yet, and the not at all. Do not let the hero in your soul perish in lonely frustration for the life you deserved and have not been able to reach. The world you desire can be won. It exists. It is real. It is possible. It is yours. I love that. There's so much we could unpack with that particular quote. But you have an irreplaceable spark in you. Nobody else has the spark that you have. Nobody else has your spark, okay? And our sparks can die when we become hopeless because things aren't perfect. It's not time yet. I am not able to. I'm not smart enough. I'm not good enough. I'm not lucky enough. I don't have enough money. Our spark can go out in the not enoughness in our minds. It says, do not let the hero in your soul perish. You have a spark and there's a hero in you. When I was coming up, There was a song, I think it was by Whitney Houston or Mariah Carey. There's a hero in you. And everybody loved that song because it is true. There's a hero in you. But you have to cultivate that hero. She or he doesn't just emerge. For some people are just kind of born that way, but not everybody. But I do believe everybody has a spark and everybody has a hero. And if you have to cultivate that hero in you, because in your childhood, like for me, example, my childhood, I don't have any particular evidence, but I believe that my spirit of fear in my childhood came from my mother and father arguing so much when I was in vitro, when I was in the womb, and when I was little, when I was a baby, because they argued a lot to the point where they got divorced. And that arguing and yelling and just the tension in the house caused me to be a very fearful child. So the hero in me was submerged. I can't think of another word. It's not submerged. She was kind of tucked away. She was hiding. The hero in me was hiding because I was scared of everything. Now, obviously, that was a million years ago, and I have come to the point where I am more courageous every single day. And that's why I'm here sharing this with you. So don't let the hero in your soul perish in lonely frustration for the life you deserved and have not been able to reach. That speaks to persistence. It speaks to a lot of things, having a goal and persisting and not staying stuck. So that's what I want to talk to you about today, just for a few minutes, is what does it mean to be stuck? And how can you get unstuck and become unstoppable? Okay. Many of the clients that I have in my coaching business are stuck in challenging situations. I work with nonprofit leaders, and there is so much to do. Sometimes they get stuck in overwhelm because there are multiple and conflicting priorities. There's just so much to do. What do I do first? I don't even know what to do. And so that causes them to freeze because it's like it's overwhelming. It's too much. And then I work with my counseling clients who have emotional baggage that is holding them stuck, that is holding them captive. So what is stuck? What does it mean to be stuck? Well, we know in the natural what it means. I was raised in Detroit, Michigan. We had horrible winters um, there. And when I first learned to drive, I often got stuck in the snow, meaning that I could not move. I live here in Houston now. I go back and forth from Houston to the Midwest. And in Houston, we get a lot of we get hurricanes. And you hear on the TV, don't go in the puddle. Don't drown, go around. That's the saying that they say. If you see standing water, don't drive through it because it might be deeper than you think. But people, guess what they do? They drive through it anyway, and they get stuck in the middle of this deep water that has submerged their car, and they're stuck. They can't move. You can be stuck in traffic. You can be stuck in a dead end job. There are a lot of ways to get stuck in the natural. And what they all have in common is that you're in a place where you cannot move. According to Google Dictionary, stuck means that you are unable to move from a particular position or place or unable to change the situation. Some people say you're stuck in the mud. That means you don't like to have fun. So we don't want to be stuck in the mud. So the opposite of being stuck is freedom. When I was in Detroit, I would rock my car out. Sometimes I was able to do that by myself, and I would get loose from the snow or from the ice, and I could go about my day. If we get stuck in the water, a tow truck can tow us out, right? So the opposite of stuck is freedom. So, what does it mean to be emotionally or mentally stuck? Well, in general, according to Google definition. In general, the feeling of stuck refers to a psychological state where a person feels unable to change, progress, or escape from their mental or emotional experience. It can feel like paralysis or hopelessness. I had a client yesterday and she says, Daisy, I feel like I'm drowning. I feel like I'm stuck. I just feel like I cannot move. I can't go. And everything is just overwhelming. And I feel like I'm losing it. I have heard that a lot. I have been there. I know what that feels like. And if that is you, I want to let you know that there is hope. There are things that you can do to get unstuck, whether it's emotionally or whether it's mentally. So, as we look at that quote, do not allow your fire to go out. Your fire is so important to this world. You are here for a reason. You were created for a reason and you have a spark within you. But don't allow it to go out because of fear. Okay? Some people are stuck by fear. Some people are stuck by the feeling of inadequacy. I'm not good enough. Um, some people are stuck by their mental perfectionism. I have some leaders, clients who are leaders in their industry, in their sector, and they are such a perfectionist, they drive everybody crazy. And they are driving them, they're actually killing themselves. And so there are many ways for you to be stuck. And so this is the question I want to ask you today. Because again, I can't speak to your individual situation. I don't know what it is. But you know what it is. And so I'm going to give you 3 ways to know if you're stuck. So anytime you watch Get Your Second Wind, you know that I want you to have a notepad and pen because the Holy Spirit is going to speak something to you. And so this may be for you. And this is, how do I know if I'm stuck? No, number one, you know if you're stuck if you feel stuck. If you have said to yourself, you know what? I don't know what's going on with me, but I just feel like I am not making progress. So that is one indicator. That doesn't mean you're stuck because a lot of times we don't recognize progress. It feels like nothing's happening when actually something is happening. If you just look at nature, especially in the wintertime, it looks like nothing's happening. Everything is cold, it's barren. Especially if you live in the Midwest or the North, it's gray and it looks like everything is just dormant. It's just dead. It's nothing. But that's not true. There's something that's happening underneath. So just because you feel stuck doesn't mean you are. Or just because you feel that nothing's happening doesn't mean that nothing's happening. But it is one indicator that you might be stuck. Okay? So if you feel stuck, then that's one indicator. But another indicator, and this is externally, this is from other people who say, do you think you need to get a coach? Do you think you would benefit from counseling? If you have heard that from family members who care about you, friends who are in your corner, if you have heard that from other people, it's not that they don't believe in you, but they see something in you, either negative emotions that linger too long or that you're just worried, worried, worried. I remember when I was a nonprofit leader, I was always worried about fundraising. I mean, it's money, 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 money all the time, fundraising every day, every day, every day, every day. And that's the nature of the job, but it can get overwhelming when you're trying to figure out what is the right combination of activities and events that fit my nonprofit, that fit my leadership style, that fit the stakeholders for my organization. And that intensity and that pressure can really cause you to lose some sleep. And that's where you might emotionally be stuck in just this rumination and this worry, this anxiety about what to do, what to do, what to do, what to do. So if you feel like you're stuck, just as summary, how do I know if I'm stuck? Number one, if you think you are. Number two, if you have people who care about you who say that you are, who suggest that you get help. Okay. And then number three, if you have more bad days than good days in a month, okay, let's just say we could say 2 weeks. In the last 2 weeks, in terms of emotionally, have you had more bad days? You feel down, you feel depressed, you feel anxious, you are drinking too much, you're sleeping too much, you feel a sense of grief, a sense of loss, a sense of hopelessness. If you've had more of those days than good days where you feel good about your life, you feel good about yourself, you feel like you're making progress, you're doing the things that you were called to do, that you were meant to do, that may be an indicator that you need to get some outside help. That may be a coach, that may be a counselor, that may be a spiritual advisor, that may be you need to get some books, you need to listen to some meditations, some podcasts. There's a lot of ways to get help. But the thing is, don't stay stuck. All right? Don't do nothing. Okay? Do something. Do one thing to help you feel better. If you from a thinking standpoint, from your, what you think about, if you find yourself thinking more about negative things, about pessimistic things. Oh, this administration, what is it doing? These things are happening in the world. There are wars and rumors of wars. Oh my God, the sky is going to fall any moment. If you find yourself thinking about a lot of negative things more often than optimistic things, my life is good, my life is grateful, I have hope, that may mean you need some help. Now, these are generalizations, and that's why I give you the disclaimer at the beginning, because I don't know your specific situation. And some people watching this may be in very horrific situations. I don't know. But what I do know is that my ancestors dealt with slavery, which was one of the most horrific living situations ever. And I am here because my ancestors survived. So it is possible to survive a very difficult life situation. And it all starts up here. It is in your thinking. It is trying to be more optimistic in terms of your thoughts. I can do this. Um, God is with me. I'm more than a conqueror. It's those thoughts. The Lord tells us in Philippians 4:8, think on what is good, what is pure, what is of good report, what is worthy of praise. If anything is worthy of praise, think on these things. You have the power to shift your thinking from negative to positive. It is possible. It's not easy, but it is possible. If you find that you are feeling down and hopeless and depressed or anxious or any of those negative emotions more frequently than you feel good about your life, it's time to get some help. What I want to just share in this particular episode is get help. Don't stay stuck. You don't have to. You don't have to. There is a way to get help, and if that's what you need to feel better and to think better so that you do not allow your fire to go out. Spark by irreplaceable spark. In the hopeless swamps of the not quite, the not yet, and the not at all, do not let the hero in your soul perish in lonely frustration for the life you deserved and have not been able to reach. The world you desire can be won. It exists. It is real. It is possible. It is yours. That's a quote from Ayn Rand. So I just want to say in closing, do not allow your fire to go out. You have the power and the ability to change. If you need to get help, get help. It's okay. I am here to tell you, I got the help I need. If I had not gotten counseling when I needed it, when I was going through a difficult emotional situation, and coaching when I needed it, because I was going through burnout in my job and I did not know what was next. If I hadn't gotten those two ways of being helped, I would not be here, which is why I'm doing what I'm doing to help you. So, if you enjoyed this episode, tell a friend. Be sure to subscribe to my channel. They see more at they see more 7190 here on YouTube. Tell a friend. And if you need a speaker, I would love to come and or talk to you about speaking at your women's conference or your workshop, because everybody needs to hear this message. And I would love to share it, because that's one of the things that I am committed to doing in this season of my life. All right, well, that's it for another episode of Get Your Second Wind. I hope this has been inspiring to you, and I hope that you do what you need to do to get unstuck. All right, see you next time. Bye bye.